So this is a project work. Okay, and remember in your, let me open the CI. In your CI, it is stated that the individual assignment only consists about 5%, comes from your tutorial here. And then for group project, it consists around, 15%, 15, 20, 15, not 20, sorry. 15 only, not 20. Okay, later I will correct. Okay, so now this is a group project. Of course, you have to do it in a group, all right? So this piece of work counts around 15%, okay, and must be handed latest by 20th June. So this project should be done in a group of 7. Okay, since we have 63 students, hence there will be 9 groups. So don't worry, I have done the grouping. So as you can see, this is the list that I have attached in the e-learning. Okay, so we have 63 students. So I have rearranged according to the number. So group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, and group 7. So you can see it here. Okay. Right, so each group will have around 7 members, and total group is 9 groups, right? Okay, so only the group leader should submit the work on behalf of the other group members. Okay, so what is the project is about? Okay, so for each group, you have to produce a technical report and also one video presentation, right? So the report consists of, you have to choose one unconstrained optimization method discussed in the class. Okay, so the method unconstrained is only how many methods here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 methods of unconstrained optimization that we have discussed in the class. Okay, we have Fibonacci, Golden, quadratic, cubic, hook and Jive, steepest, Newton, quasi-Newton, Fletcher and Riff. Right, so this assignment only focus on unconstrained. Okay, that one you have to choose only one method. Okay, and then you need to choose one unconstrained optimization method, which is an extended version of the method that you choose. Okay, let's say you choose Golden Search. Okay, let's say you choose Golden Search. Okay, and then you need to find any extended version of this Golden Search. Okay, for example, bisection search, which is not discussed in our class, right? But this is an extension or a modification method comes from this Golden section. Okay, so this one is for example. Okay, now you have 2 methods, right? And then you have to discuss about the history and the introduction on both methods. So you need to discuss on how come this bisection comes from Golden, the history of that, the introduction of each method, right? And then you have to come up with one example with a manual solution and also, one example which is solved by manual solution, okay, for both methods. Only one initial point, Golden and also bisection. Okay, you come up with one example, one initial point, and then you come up with a manual solution. Okay, and then from the same example, you come up with the solution by a software. Let's say you use MATLAB as one. Okay, and then for that solution by software, you have to have up to 10 initial points. Okay, once you got the coding, just substitute the different initial point one by one, about 10 initial point. Okay, and then you need to compare. Okay, illustrate the comparison between both methods. So if we have only one initial point, we cannot compare, right? So that's why we use up to 10 initial point and then solve the problem by using this 10 initial point of these two methods by using the software. And then you can see the difference between both methods. Then you have to illustrate the comparison between both methods in a graph. So this is the results from the 10 initial point. Okay, and then you can conclude which method is better and so on. Another one is conclusion. Okay, and then you can compile everything in the video presentation, right? Where you need to compile and summarize all the words involved. Okay, if you remember, we have done this in calculus of variation. We come up with the technical report and then you compile and summarize everything in a video presentation. So this video presentation, you just submit a link in a report. No need to submit the whole video in your e-learning. Okay, it's quite big file, right? Is that clear? Any question? So the rubric comes from this one. We have besarnya. Okay, we have understanding about the methods, video and audio, collaboration, creativity. Okay. And then of course, the peer assessment evaluation for each member. All right. And then group mark will be awarded based on clarity of report presentation, clear explanation of the solution method, language used, and flow of ideas, quality of solution obtained, graphical illustration and coding language, right? And then there will be a group mark for peer assessment here. Okay, that's it for your project. It's quite a lot of work here, okay? Come up with the method. Of course, all of you understand about the method, right? But you have to study what method that you want to choose. This is just example. Actually, there are a lot of method. Okay, a lot of method, which is modified or which is extended from the method that we have discussed. Let's say for Newton, we have Pollack-Ribeiro. For Fletcher, we have an extension of conjugate gradient and so on. So that one just is just for example. Okay, the suitable for method, you need to find the suitable of method based on the solution and also based on the coding. Okay, it's quite a work there. So you have to do some try and error and so on. And then once you got the result, it is easy for you to just compare between both methods. Okay. Mana you punya chat? Minute meeting is a part of discussion proof. No need to come up with a formal minute meeting. Actually, at least you have to show about the screenshot of the discussion from your WhatsApp group or something like that. Okay, just a proof of your discussion. Because we want to avoid a one person work. So tak adalah nanti satu group tu seorang dua je yang buat kerja. Okay. Okay. Anyone has question regarding this? Everything's good? All clear? All right. This comparison between both methods is usually calculated based on number of iteration, right? Or CPU time, but just focus on number of iteration. No need to calculate the CPU time, or else you have to have another coding for this. Okay. Any more question? All right. So you can start now. You have your group member already. You can start doing the project today up until 20 June. Okay. All right. So now let's discuss about, is there any question regarding a tutorial, or you have problems with question about the upcoming test tomorrow, right? Excel dikira software, boleh? So the objective of this project is actually, you can see there are many methods of optimization, which is more, which is have better performance, okay? Because what we have learned already, this one is about the fundamental method, okay? Where all the method comes from is only from the classical approach, okay? There are an extension of each of the method. There are hybrid method, there are spectral method, and many more, okay? Because optimization method is quite widely used, right? But of course, for industrial purpose, the usage, the widely usage is on the system, is on the software and so on. There are no manual calculations, so on, okay? But this is just to expose you about where does it come from. Okay, no question? For project and also for tutorial, for assignment, the FP method number 1 about stock calculation at n variables. N variables mean kalau dia quadratic, variable dia berapa? Quadratic pula. Kalau dia fx1, fx2, variable dia 2 kan? So stop dekat to n equals to 2.